Right, so to go along with my steampunk theme that I've been doing recently, I'm going to make another small lamp out of some copper pipe and another bit of material that I've found. I think this one's made out of brass, but I don't know if you can see, but you can see through it, so I'm kind of hoping that it gives a nice little lighting effect, the same or similar to this type screen. So what my plan is to cut a length, I don't really know how long, I'm just going to wing it, of copper pipe, cut out a slot to make like a light bar, and then put some of the mesh that I've just shown you inside the pipe to create like a grill effect, I suppose. So I'm going to get on with that now, see how we get on. Right, I think the first step is to take a bit of wire wool and clean off the pipe. Right, I think the first thing we've got to do is take a bit of wire wool and clean off the copper pipe to get all the muck off and make it just look a bit nicer. I think my mind just reverted back to a 10-year-old. I've got the pipe cleaned up quite nicely. So next what I'm going to do is find my pencil and put on a layout line. Idiot. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up, but I'm only trying to lay out a bit of a reference line for cutting. No, that's not working, so I'm going to have to find another little method. Okay, what I've ended up doing is just sticking a little bit of insulating tape onto the pipe, and luckily the pencil mark has taken to it, so what I'm going to do is drill here and down here and then connect the two holes with my cut off tool. The insulating tape's actually worked out quite well there, because it's offered a bit of grip to the pipe. I've tried drilling through pipe before and all it really does is slip off, so that worked out well. What I decided to do was just drill a couple of little pilot holes first, and I will now open them up with a bigger drill bit. So I've got one side cut off. It's not very clean cut, but I'm gonna file it down with one of my metal files that I've just picked up. So I'll get the other side done. Right, so the slot's cut out. Gonna need a bit of cleaning up on it, but I'll get back to you in a sec. Right, so I've got that slot cut out that I wanted. It's far from perfect, but I've done the best I can. I think it's not something I've ever worked on before, but I'm reasonably happy with it. There's no sharp edges, I've got it nice and smooth. So the next step is to cut out a piece of this mesh, or this one, and fit it in. Okay, so I've got this small bit cut out, which is big enough to cover the slot I've cut out, but it'll be on the inside. So what I'm going to try and do is form this around the pipe to take the shape of it. See how I get on. I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to have to think of another method. Bear with me. Right, okay, I think I'm going to have to come up with a different plan. I've never really shaped metal before, so I don't really know how to do it, and I'm getting a bit frustrated. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to a thinner strip, so it only just covers the inside of the slot. So I'm going to give that a go now. Okay, so that is roughly what I'm aiming for. I've just clamped it in with a pair of forceps for now and shimmed it with a pencil, just to give a rough idea. Now, I don't know if you'd agree, but I'm kind of tempted to make this slot a bit wider. I'm unsure. I'm only talking about a couple of millimetres each side, just to expose some of the brass sheet underneath it a little bit more, which in turn will allow a little bit more light to come out. So I'm going to sit and think about it for a bit, and I'll get back to you. Oh, incidentally, this brass sheet, I've just worked out it cuts quicker and far easier with a pair of standard scissors than it does your cut-off wheel. So if you ever get any of this, just use a pair of scissors on it. Right, okay, so I've got the slot widened out a little bit, and a piece of the mesh temporarily held in. I think I'm going to be happy enough with that. This cutout ain't great. It's not as tidy as I'd have liked it to have been, but I don't know, I guess I'm just inexperienced at metalwork. But I'm going to go with that for now. I will make sure that this mesh is a little bit straighter before I permanently fix it. But once this bit is done, I'm going to get one of the LEDs I've been using, feed it in, and just let it float in here somewhere to illuminate the gaps. Right, so I finally got the thing in place. I'm not perfectly happy with it, but it was really fiddly. I'm using a really small gauge pipe, and I ended up hot gluing, as you can see here, the brass plate inside. I just couldn't get it soldered. I'm not very good at it. I need more practice. So that's the basic body of the little lamp I'm going to do, and I think I've got a little cap to go on the end of it, which I'll put on in a minute, and then I'll have a look at putting the bulb in. Alright, so as you can see, I've got an end cap in place. I've temporarily fixed a bulb inside just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. So if you just bear with me 1 second. I know you can't see very well, but that's pretty much what's going to be going on with this one. I've got my wife in the background being as quiet as possible while I film. She's a wonderful lass, and she's just currently cooking for us. What are we having?
Fry up.
Fry up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can live with that. Anyway, I'll cut this off and I'll get back to you shortly. Say to her, love.
Bye.
Right, so for those of you who have been watching this, I suppose, little series of small lights I'm making, I did mention a while ago that I was going to add to the shop sign that I made a few weeks ago. I've actually had a little change of heart, and these lights that I'm going to make, or that I am making, I want to incorporate into a clock. Now I ain't got it with me at the minute to show you, being away from home, but I have an old clock that used to be my grandmother's. It's one of them, it's a small mantle clock. It's got one of them plastic domes over it. So what I'm going to do is make a new base for it, and basically only use the plastic dome. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new clock and incorporate these lights into the base around the clock. I'm making it up as I go along, to be honest, but I thought, I don't know, I'm kind of liking this steampunk stuff at the minute, so I'm going to give it a go at that. So as I get a bit further along, I think I've almost made all the little lights I want to make for this particular project. So I think in my next video what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the base for it, and I'll show you the little dome that I'm talking about and see if I can give you a better idea of what I'm trying to get through. So I hope you like what I've been making up to now. I hope you like my videos. You've had a little change of scenery, you've met my wife. I don't know what it is about her. She does some things, she just makes me laugh all the time. I can't complain about her one little bit. But she does need to hurry up with this food because I'm starving. Alright, okay. Alright, I'll catch you in a bit.